Dear students, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Muhammad Ashraf to teach you social and political life for class 7th. And today's topic is the first chapter of this book, that is on equality. What is equality? So far as this topic is concerned, that what is equality, this topic starts with a story in your book. You have already read it, and this story is about a lady whose name was Kanta. And Kanta, as you see in your books, Kanta is standing in a row for this purpose to cast her vote, and after some time she is getting the chance to cast her vote. After casting her vote, her daughter falls ill, and she take her to a hospital for some treatment. When she reaches the hospital, she is standing in a queue for her turn, and it is very difficult for her to treat her baby, because there was a big gathering, a large gathering. In this way, this chapter starts. Now we will come to our topic. It is on equality. As you know that so far as India is concerned, India is the largest democracy in the world. And in India, every citizen, irrespective of his caste, creed, color, or religion, every person has a right to vote. It is the basic right for every citizen. He or she can cast his vote. Whether the voter is literate or illiterate, all the citizens of the country are equal. There is not any kind of discrimination on the basis of religion, on the basis of caste, on the basis of color, creed, sex, or anything. So all the citizens, right from the president to a peon, are equal before law. All the citizens of India have right to vote. So, as you have already read in class 6 the book, that this right to vote is known as universal adult franchise. Now we will quote it here: universal adult franchise. It is universal adult franchise. So far as this universal adult franchise is concerned, as you have read it in early classes, the idea of universal adult franchise is based on the idea of equality, because it states that every adult in a country, irrespective of their wealth and the communicative she belongs to, or has one vote, whether the voter is illiterate or illiterate. It is his right to cast one vote. It is known as universal adult franchise. Now, after this, there is other kinds of equality. The second one is other kinds of equality. It begins with two characters of different peoples. The one character in this is Om Prakash Valmiki. Here we will write it. He is Om Prakash Valmiki. And he was born in 1950, and later on he died in 2013. Who was this Om Prakash? Om Prakash was a famous Dalit writer. He was a famous Dalit writer. He has written a book, and the name of that very book is Jothan. Jothan. Jothan is a famous book which is written by Om Prakash. In this book, he writes that as I was a child, I was student in my school, I was from Dalit dynasty, I was discriminated by my teacher as well as by my classmates. The teacher was advising me, he was punishing me by several methods. The teacher was asking me for sweeping the school ground. As the school ground was a vast area, it was difficult for me to sweep the whole area, the whole surroundings of the school, as I was not I was not my body was not too strong. My body was aching because of this punishment, as my teacher was always asking me to sweep the surroundings of your school. It was once it happened that my father was passing by, and he saw that I was sweeping the school. He said loudly to my teacher that why are you punishing my this little baby, little son? Yeah, I am living here with my son. I will enroll him in any next school. Why? What kind of justice is it that you are making discrimination between these Dalits and these upper caste Hindus? What is this? And he is writing a wonderful story in his book. The second character in this chapter is about Mr. and Mrs. Ansari. Mr. and Mrs. Ansari. I am consulting your book. These are not the stories which I have got from my house. No, these are the stories which are written in your civicus, in your political science books. And the second one character is about Mr. and Mrs. Ansari. What about it? What is this story? It is about Mr. Ansari, as once Ansari is in search of an apartment in the city. He is looking for he is looking to rent an apartment in the city, and he goes in a street while he saw an apartment, and the owner of that apartment says that you are a non-vegetarian, we are not allowing in this apartment those persons who are not non-vegetarians, so we cannot allow you to in it. After that, he went nearby there. he saw an apartment, and he repeats his words that I'm in search of an apartment, and the answer comes that we cannot give you any building for rent, as you are not a vegetarian, you are a non-vegetarian. After that, someone tells him that, oh Ansari, you must change your name from Ansari to Mr. Kumar, and if you will introduce yourself as Mr. Kumar, you can get easily a building on rent. And he, this Ansari, feels so miserable and so angry, and he comes back. So these are the two characters in this chapter. After this, the book says us that equality, so far as equality is concerned, equality in Indian democracy is concerned, what does it mean? Are there the discrimination as was happened with Prakash or with Mr. and Mrs. Ansari, or that lady who went to the hospital? Why are such cases happening in this large democracy? The book says us that Indian Constitution, as far as Indian Constitution is concerned, it recognizes every person as equal. Every person is equal as every person is equal as per Constitution. So every person, whether a person who is heading the state, a person who is the president of this country, right from him to a person who is an illiterate or a peon, they are equal before law. The law is equal for all the persons beyond their status, beyond their positions, they are equal before the law. And for this, as we know that when every persons are equal, they are equal before the law. From a president of the country to a woman, just like Kanta, a domestic wife, or equal before law, and the law is equal for all. That means that every person has access to go in any public place, including playground, hotel, shop, road, bathing places, and every person can bring in his use the river, a pond, a road, as everyone has an equal right. So when there is implementation of equality, so when we talk about the equality, we know that government has made some schemes which show us that that there is practically equality. For example, in schools, government has launched a scheme which is known as midday meal scheme. Midday meal scheme, what kind of scheme is it? It is that scheme which gives us nutrition. But besides this, there is another value of this scheme also, that we are cooking the cooked food in a school. The cooked food in the school is survived in all students, irrespective of their color, irrespective of their caste, irrespective of their religion. So this scheme shows the behavior of equality. Practically, it shows the behavior of equality. So, so far as this equality lesson is concerned, we should not ignore the famous words of Bhimrao Ambedkar. So, dear students, as the topic is incomplete unless we will consult the golden words of Bhimrao Ambedkar, who has written something about this equality, that, or who is the founder of our constitution, that man is, he has said that man is mortal. Man is mortal. These are the words of B.R. Ambedkar. Man is mortal. Everyone has to die. He says that everyone has to die. Everyone has to die someday or the other. Someday or the other. But one must resolve to lay down one's life in reaching the noble ideals of self respect and in bettering one's human life. Nothing is more or disgraceful for a brave man than to live life devoid of self-respect. So these are the golden words of Bhimrao Ambedkar. So there should be equality, and the inequality causes much trouble for the prosperous and for the future of a country. There should not be discrimination on the basis of religion, on the basis of caste, on the basis of sex, on the basis of color, on the basis of creed. We are one. As famous poet Allama Iqbal has said, Hindu hai hum watan hai, Hindu hai hum watan hai, Sara jahan hamara, Hindustan hamara. In a second sentence he says that मजहब नहीं सिखाता आपस में बैर रखना, हिंदू है हम वतन है, हिंदू है हम वतन है, हिंदुस्तान हमारा. So there should not be discrimination on any caste. In any caste, we are one. We should do something for the prosperous, for the good future of our country. And it was today's topic on equality, which is your first unit. And next time we will inshallah consult our second chapter. Fi amanillah. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.